It is again fire season in Southern Oregon. For the last few years, the effect of wildfire and smoke has been devastating to our communities, our economy, our health, our safety, and our welfare. Today, we'll take a look at how these fires and the resulting smoke have affected the health of our seniors, people with respiratory issues, and others.
So the problem with wildfire smoke has primarily to do with these tiny microscopic particles called PM 2.5s. They're so small that they go all the way down into your smallest air sacs and then can actually penetrate into your bloodstream. They're inflammatory, they're irritating. As concentrations of the PM 2.5 increase, people have increasing problems with their airways, having trouble breathing, not to mention the fact that it can affect your cardiovascular system, putting you at risk for heart attacks and strokes and worsening of pulmonary and cardiac problems.
That irritation can cause inflammation, that irritation can cause increased mucus production. And in our population who have COPD or asthma, that inflammation and mucus production can actually shut off the small airways in the lung.
Infants and children breathe a lot more in. They have tiny little airways. They have developing respiratory systems, and they're much more sensitive to the effects of the smoke. Pregnant women who are kind of breathing for two, and these inflammatory particles can go in and affect the fetus and can cause premature birth.
The American Lung Association recently ranked the Medford-Grants Pass area as having the most polluted air in the country. Over the last few years, smoke from fires all around us settled in the valley for months.
I'm Sarah Wallen, and I am a clean air refugee. I can't live in Jackson County in the summer. I have asthma, and I turn blue and end up in the hospital, and so I have to flee to other states that have clean air.
There's both short-term and long-term health risks. The short-term is an exacerbation of an asthma attack, chest pain, heart attack, strokes. The long-term is very similar to what you get when people smoke cigarettes every day. So when the air quality is quite poor, it could be as if you're smoking 2 cigarettes a day. And you do that week after week, month after month, it has long-term effects.
The Jackson County Board of Commissioners has made a proclamation stating that the BLM, U.S. Forest Service, and Oregon Department of Forestry must adopt full suppression of forest fires during the declared fire season. That means making sure we can get to the fires, ensuring equipment and human resources are ready to deploy, reducing forest fire fuels, and providing adequate funding.
People move here for the quality of life and the quality of the air they breathe. And what we've gotten in the summers is as if you were living in a major city with significant pollution. So what you have to do is avoid breathing in this polluted air. The simplest thing to do is when the air quality is poor is to stay inside. You need to make sure your house is fairly well sealed. HEPA-filtered air purifiers are excellent. Air conditioning systems, either in the window or house-wide air conditioning systems with appropriate filtration are very effective as well. The masks that really will filter out these PM 2.5s are called respirators. You can buy them in the hardware store. N95 or P100 masks are appropriate.
Those masks do take a little bit of effort to fit correctly on your face. If you can still smell smoke, you're probably not wearing your mask correctly.
We also need to be careful not to put people at risk. For example, it's often during training season for football, for example, or soccer. It's really not appropriate to put children at risk. You know, we need to find ways to bring them inside, for example, to get physically fit.
So aside from the symptom that we all would recognize, having trouble breathing, what else should we be paying attention to?
Well, I would pay attention to the posted air quality index. You can also use the 5-3-1 rule, which says if I can just barely see 5 miles away, you know, that can correlate with a certain air quality, or 3 miles or 1 mile. If you're a coach, for example, trying to figure out whether to have practice or not, I think the 5-3-1 rule works pretty well.
Please join us in asking that
politics be set aside
and change course now.
Visit jcwildfireandsmoke.com to sign the petition, get updates, and comment to our government partners in this effort. That's jcwildfireandsmoke.com.